say we are ready to roll. Extraordinary moments. We welcome you back to the NBA on NBC. A lot of stars for you on Sunday Night Football.
The love I have for my craft, all the hard work that I put in, like as soon as I step on that field, it's like a switch that just goes, man, it's time to go dominate, it's time to go be relentless and wreak havoc.
Show me what you got. Dashing through the snow to the end zone. No angel time.
A ton of respect for Patrick Mahomes. He's dangerous.
The 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers with enough wheels left.
Maybe you guys will shut the hell up for a week.
The Steelers back in first place.
Georgia, SEC champion.
Maria, you might have won the battle, but you're going to lose the war. Roll Tide.
Won the battle. We demolished you, Will Anderson. But congratulations, you made it to the college football playoff. And by the way, the playoff push is not over for Mr. Anderson on the first Sunday of December. Anderson, the tough Texans defense, they're going to be trying to get after the one, the only Patrick Mahomes, who's trying to stay warm, hoping that he'll get hot. The Chiefs QB says that they have to win every game from here on out to keep that hope alive to make it to the postseason. All right, let's get you caught up all the implications and playoff games that could be happening right now. The Bears taking on the Packers, a close one right now in Green Bay.
Yes, it is, with a big, long drive by the Chicago Bears. 17 plays, little play-action pass to Loveland here. 21-21 at Lambeau Field.
All right, not a close game in Arizona, but Puka Nacua is having a day.
Maria, at one point this game was 10-10, but too many plays like this. Puka Nacua with a head-top touchdown.
And 167 yards so far in this one. Meanwhile, the Broncos win their 10th straight game, Jason.
Really impressive. Another team win for the Broncos. R.J. Harvey finding pay dirt right there. 10 straight for them, tied for the best record in the AFC.
And by the way, with that win, if the Chiefs lose tonight, they will not be able to win the AFC West. So that means their streak of 9 straight division titles would be over. What's up, everyone? Maria Taylor, Devin McCourty, Jason Garrett here with you. And today was filled with games that impacted the playoff picture, which includes the Buffalo Bills. They overcame a 10-point fourth quarter deficit. Devin, they scored 3 touchdowns in the final 420. I think Josh Allen likes playing in snow globes.
Yeah, don't get tired of watching this man play football. It's just greatness. What I'm worried is they're going to fall short, and he won't make one play even after all this greatness, and he's going to get the blame because this team, as special as that win was, it just feels like they don't have enough to beat some of the better teams and more balanced teams.
Spoken like a true expatriate right there. Are you kidding me? This guy's one of the best that we've seen in a long time. Down, scored 21 in the last half of the fourth quarter, but it wasn't only him. He made the huge plays, but their defense intercepted Joe Burrow twice down the stretch.
Yeah, one of them was a pick 6. Meanwhile, we also had the Steelers and the Ravens, and that was a battle for the AFC North. It's the Steelers that come out on top. And Jason, I'm old enough to remember that there were fired Tomlin chants last week when they lost to the Bills.
Yeah, a heck of a response by the Steelers this week after the disastrous loss to Buffalo last week. And their defense wasn't quite kick-ass like T.J. Watt wanted, but they did make some timely stops in the red zone. The story, though, was DK Metcalf. Baltimore said, we're going to play this guy man-to-man with no safety help over the top. Aaron Rodgers put the bib on and went after him. They had their best game together. Okay, this guy, the passing game in Pittsburgh, like Lazarus, rose from the dead.
And I think in the Baltimore locker room, a lot of angry players and coaches, some questionable calls didn't go their way. But for Baltimore, it's starting to get to the point where it's like, hey, are you ever going to get this turned around? They still don't look the same like they did a year ago. Lamar Jackson, is he going to get going and put this team on top? They're falling behind a lot.
A lot of questions that still need to be answered for the Ravens. By the way, this shot right here is from Aaron Rodgers with a rushing touchdown in this game. A big day for the Steelers, right, Chris Sims, as we look at your Week 14 headliners.
Really big game. And when he did that, he did the old discount double check, right off of that. Film room pays off, right? There was all that talk last week. You heard Jason Garrett just talk about when it's man-to-man coverage, he's going to DK Metcalf in some capacity. That was the first play of the game for the Steelers offense. Again, DK Metcalf down the field. And look at Rodgers here. Buying time, 42 years old. Shoot, laser down the field. Way to go, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf, Rodgers. They win their first AFC North rival matchup against the Ravens. How about this guy, Mr. Clean? I think it's time to start giving him some respect. I mean, this is 4 games in a row. Trevor Lawrence has played pretty good. It's a 4-game win streak. The Colts, as we know, had been controlling this division, but his big throws, not a lot of mistakes right now from Trevor Lawrence, and we know he's got all the talent in the world to make some backyard plays like you see right here. He is learning the quarterback position. That's why his coach loves him. It's taking a little time, but Trevor's looking real good.
Yeah, great news for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not great news, though, for the Colts. Daniel Jones, their quarterback, he left the game with an Achilles injury in the first quarter. We're going to have Mike Florio to join us a little bit later with an update. Joining us right now with less than a month left to go in the regular season, 0 teams having clinched a playoff berth. We need someone to get in here and sort things out, okay? So we're bringing in the legend.
Now, the Chargers have a bit of a problem in the Western Division race. They must play Denver. In addition, they must play Kansas City and then Oakland.
Buccaneers are going to make the playoffs, even though the Greeks got the big check under the Falcons.
What does that mean?
Well, I just happen to have been working on that, Katie.
Steve Kornacki. Steve Kornacki.
Steve Kornacki, who got the big board and the khakis.
Part human calculator, part Energizer bunny.
He is a national treasure.
He is a national treasure. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Kornacki is back in the building. And Steve, we know that there's a ton of playoff implications, so I'll let you get right to it with your big board that's bigger than anyone else's board.
Maria, great to be back here for the playoff chase and shakeups in 2 top divisions today in the AFC. Starting in the North, the Steelers, reports of their demise greatly exaggerated with that win. 2/3 chance now that the Steelers win the AFC North. The Ravens now a game behind. The problem, they will get a crack at the Steelers week 18. The problem for the Ravens, though, between now and then, they got to play the Patriots. They got to go into Lambeau and play the Packers. That is a tough schedule for the Ravens to even get to that week 18 with a shot still. In the AFC South, the Jaguars rolling over the Colts. For the Colts now, 3 straight losses. They may be out the quarterback. Next week, they go to Seattle, the start of what is the 2nd toughest closing stretch of games of any team in the league for the Colts. Meanwhile, the Jaguars now 68% probability to win the division. The gap here, these numbers don't add up to 100 or anywhere close. Keep in mind the team playing tonight, the Houston Texans, right now a 25% chance to win this division. And if they can go into Kansas City and win, that number is going to be closer to 40%. We'll have a real fight in our hands between those 2 teams.
As if there was already a lot of pressure going into Arrowhead. Now you add that on to the playoff implications. Steve Kornacki breaking it down the entire day for us. Let's go out there, though, to Arrowhead. You know that's where Jack, Tony, and Rodney are going to be hanging out for this Texans-Chiefs AFC showdown. Good evening, guys.
Good evening to you, Maria. As Steve knows, as you know, every game critical the rest of the way for these teams. Let's get to the key story, though, with Kansas City. 3 starting offensive linemen out, including both their tackles, Jawan Taylor and Josh Simmons. How's that affect the plan tonight, Coach?
Well, this is a terrible week to have that happen because the Houston Texans have a tremendous defense led by 2 elite pass rushers, Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. Danielle on the other side. You cannot neglect these guys. And this is going to be very, very tough. Patrick Mahomes told me the key word for tonight is relentless. There's going to be some problems, some issues. We've got to fight every single play.
If you're Andy Reid, you got to run the football. Yes. Put in your big people, 2-3 tight end sets, extra linemen, and run downhill straight at those linebackers, but also force those defensive ends to have to play in the run game for 3.5 hours in this cold weather, Coach. I don't know if they want to do that.
All night.
You mentioned the cold. Temperature is going to be in the 20s. Feels like going to be down there in the teens. Rod, how does the weather impact this game tonight, do you believe?
Guys, I used to go out in pregame warm-ups, and I used to study the offensive players, and I used to study, okay, he's got a coat on, he's got a hat, scarf, glove, and I used to make a mental note of that. Yeah. And, Coach, when a team like yours came in, we know we had to play as physical as possible.
It's tough. I'm always looking at that, too, but the Texans guys were out there in T-shirts today. It's really not that bad. Not as bad as they expected. I don't think the weather will be a factor.
Okay. Hey, Coach, you had Hall of Famers, Pro Bowlers, and all pros up and down the field, and guess on your roster, and guess what? Y'all struggle with that.
Hey, it is high-pressure December football. We cannot wait. Back into you, Maria Taylor.
All right, appreciate it, Jack. We just wanted to get you an update on this Bears-Packers game as the Packers were knocking on the doorstep.
It's getting good. Jordan Love made a big pass. Josh Jacobs broke a big run, and then you see this 3-yard touchdown here. They're up by 7 in the 4th.
Yeah, about 3 minutes left to play in this one on Fox. Bears-Packers, we want to take you to the play that got us to the 2-minute warning, Chris.
This is a fun one right here. We've seen a lot of this in the 4th quarter. Caleb Williams getting out of the pocket and making magical plays here. Their offense has scored in every drive of the second half. They need a touchdown here to tie this one up. 2-minute warning, Maria.
All right, we got a good one going on in Green Bay. We'll keep you updated. Let's talk about the Saints and the Buccaneers. Woo, a little rainy, a little muddy. It's what you expect in Tampa for NFC South showdown. We're going to start in the 4th quarter. Tie ball game here. Tie Tyler Shook just in his 5th start.
Yeah, this was the biggest shocker of the day for me. New Orleans going down to Tampa. Tyler Shook scrambling out. This guy's a pocket passer running in for the touch late.
All right, so Saints are taking a 7-point lead here. Bucks looking to come back with Baker Mayfield.
End of the ball game was all about missed opportunities for Tampa. He's got Ibuka up the seam, and he just overthrows the ball. Baker doesn't miss those throws.
Yeah, Bucks would kick a field goal, cut the lead to 4, then 2 minutes left here. Another opportunity on defense.
Yeah, Deion Jones, the ball's right there at the end of the ball game. It's in his lap. He doesn't make the play. Saints make him pay.
All right, so Bucks had a chance here, but Saints still forced to punt. And then Mayfield looking for his 5th winning drive of the year.
Yeah, we thought he was going to go right down the field. It's 4th and 4. He finds Otten, but he's short of the first down. The Saints make the stop and get a win. A shocker.
All right, well, let's talk about this NFC South. The Bucks and the Panthers tied atop the NFC South at 7-6. 4 games to go. They still got to meet. I mean, who are you taking to win the NFC South?
It's close. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm worried about the Bucks defense a little bit. We've been used to Baker saving them. The defense hasn't made the clutch plays that we're used to seeing from Tampa's defense.
Hey, don't bet against this guy right here, though.
We're not going to.
I know it's ugly right now. Lost 4 out of 5. I like him in December.
Panthers have won 6 of their last 9. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, so we're talking about the Walter Payton Man of the Year. And this week, the NFL announced club winners for the Walter Payton Man of the Year. It's considered the league's most prestigious honor, as presenting sponsor of the award nationwide is celebrating all 32 club winners who deliver greatness on the field and in their community. It's a league-wide winner. It'll be announced at NFL Honors on Thursday, February 5th. Aziz Al-Shire, he's the club winner for the Texans, and Travis Kelce is the Chiefs' Walter Payton Man of the Year winner. We get to see both tonight on Sunday Night Football.
You gotta earn your Sunday.
This is Football Night in America.
Hey, energy all night.
Earn your Sunday with Lowe's.
I earned my Sunday. Did you?
Big night for C.J. Stroud, who missed 3 games in November with the concussion. It was the backup Davis Mills that started this win streak, and then Stroud returned last week and knocked off Indy for a 4th straight win. And Coach Dungy spent time with Stroud on his way into the building tonight.
CJ, November, you missed 3 games. I know it was a tough time. How did your faith help you get through that period of time?
Yeah, I mean, just another testament on, who I rely on, as, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And in that time, I feel like he was teaching me a lot. He maybe didn't cause it, but he allowed it to happen for a purpose. And so I just tried to lean on him and abide in him while I was in it. And I feel like I learned a lot about myself, about, the sport, about, organizations and everything. So I just am really grateful, to be back on the field.
Well, you're here in Arrowhead. You got to deal with noise and cold. How did you guys work on the noise part in Houston?
Yeah, we have big speakers where, we pump crowd noise, and it's crazy because last week we played against a team with a loud stadium, a loud crowd as well, and, played here twice last year. So hopefully, that work will come to fruition and help us out, in this game here.
Their defense brings a lot of blitzes. What do you specifically have to do tonight to deal with that?
You just be calm in the chaos, go through my progressions, trust my process, trust my instincts, and try to, make them pay. So I think they do a great job of it. I'm a big fan of Spags and his defense, and, they have some dogs over there. But I feel like, we've been practicing well, and we're just trying to go out there and get a dub.
All right, well, get it done. Good luck tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Calm into chaos may be the key. I like the way you put that, Coach. What will be the biggest challenge tonight for him?
Well, he told me after that, communication. It's hard with the noise. He's got to know where people are coming from. He doesn't want to let those free blitzers get at him. They feel like they'll move the ball. He said we've got to be sound in the red zone.
Yeah, you talk about all that blitzing, and for me, Chris Jones will get a lot of one-on-one opportunities with those blitzes, and no one on this offensive line can block Chris Jones. If you don't blitz, they double-team him, and George Karlaftis, he has not showed up this year.
Yeah, and Trent McDuffie, he's been one of the best corners over his career, struggled against Dallas last week. How do you view this matchup with Nico Collins tonight, Rod?
Well, he's in trouble because you better give him some help, because Nico is not just a big, fast guy. He's a quality receiver coach, and he is a problem down the field.
These coverage guys will have their hands full if they don't get pressure. That's why I expect Steve Spagnuolo to blitz quite a bit tonight.
Nico Collins, one of the best in the business. I'm still not sure he gets the respect he deserves. DraftKings Sportsbook officially launched this week here in Missouri. Matthew Berry is with us with his 3-play in hand. Matthew, What are you looking at tonight, my friend?
Yeah, Jack, one of the biggest problems with this Houston offense has been their struggles in the red zone. Because of that, Kymie Fairbairn has made multiple field goals in every single game he's played this year, but one. So let's kick off tonight's parlay, you heard me, with Fairbairn. He had 2 field goals. On the Kansas City side, with a banged-up offensive line that's missing 3 starters and facing an elite Houston pass rush, I expect Patrick Mahomes to be under pressure a lot. So look for him to use his legs and get at least 20 rushing yards, a number he's hit in 6 of the last 8 games. Finally, I'm taking the Chiefs to win. KC needs this game more than Houston, and in a must-win game at home, I trust Andy Reid in 15 to get it done. And that's my DraftKings 3 play.
All right, thanks, Matthew. And guess what? Matthew is going to be hanging out right there at the DraftKings tailgate at Arrowhead. They're celebrating a big week in Missouri. All right, we finally have a final in Green Bay, and it was a wild finish, Chris.
It was a wild finish. The Bears driving 4th and 1. Caleb Williams rolling to the left. Can he run for it? Maybe as DJ Moore throws it in the back of the end zone because Sean Nixon comes up with the interception. Green Bay's going to win it, and they're going to take the lead in the NFC North.
Hey, guess what? We got the full highlight coming and all the playoff implications.
I'm here with Lowe's, where you have to earn your Sunday. Oh, like your outfit.
Lowe's knows you put in the work all week long. With the right brands and products in one place, we help you tackle every project. So, no matter where you celebrate your football, Lowe's is there for you, helping you show up, kick back, and enjoy the Sunday you've earned.
Sunday's mine. Friends, family, and football.
Earn your Sunday! Football Night in America is brought to you by Lowe's. Tackle your to-do list early to earn your Sunday.
This time of year, football's all about survival. Who plays the game best gets to stick around.
Their 3rd Super Bowl!
It doesn't matter what you've done or haven't done before. It's how you strategize right now.
Dominate every single opportunity! Killer instinct. We ain't leaving on the dog.
So make moves.
Amazing.
Lean on your faithfuls.
Touchdown!
Be ruthless.
A monumental performance by the team that's...
Do all that, and then get ready to get blindsided in the playoffs by these guys. I'm Boston Rob, and this is the Texans Chiefs on Sunday night.
The Texans have changed their season. Find a way to win. Every game is like a playoff game.
Welcome to reality TV.
Boston Rob, you would know reality TV. Remember, he's from Survivor, The Traitors. You can celebrate all the drama with Reality Hot Seat. They're going to have Bravo celebrities stopping by and personalities from Peacock and Bravo, streaming live on Peacock at the top of the hour. By the way, those guys are the reasons why Chris, Jason, and Devin do not have any green rooms right now. They don't have a dressing room.
We know where we are in the totem pole now.
They are sharing, and that's the most appropriate thing. I'm going to see them during the 3rd quarter. Hope they have fun. All right, let's get into Geno Smith and the Raiders in fabulous Las Vegas, trying to snap a 6-game losing streak. Going to be tough to do against Bo Nix and these Broncos. We start in the 1st quarter. No score. Nix right up the middle.
Yeah, Nix in for a touchdown. Efficient all day. No big pass plays, but made the right decisions for the whole day.
Yeah, end of the 1st. Raiders down 7, and Smith is sacked.
Oh, we know this Denver defense. That's what they do. They sack the quarterback, Nick Benino there. Oh, the Denver defense. This is all they do. Sack.
Benito had 2 sacks by himself. All right, Steelers and Ravens. Fire Tomlin chance just a week ago against the Bills. Steelers down 3, and it's Aaron Rodgers looking spry.
What a great play action pass, the patience, and then the old okey doke with the discount double check celebration. That's vintage Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
right
I saw
there.
Tomlin hitting it too on the sideline as well.
I like it too, right.
All right, Ravens down 7, and Lamar Jackson intercepted on this one.
Yeah, well, you heard Devin earlier in the show. The Baltimore Ravens offense has just not been special this year. Lamar's never regained that MVP-type play ever since he's been injured, and they intercept it, and here we go.
By the way, that was his first cousin, James Pierre, on that one. Then Kenneth Gainwell's like, I'll take it around.
Kenneth Gainwell touchdown right after they were going to kick a field goal, and there's a huge penalty on the Baltimore Ravens that gave them the chance to score that touchdown right there.
Okay, but the Ravens are going to battle back here a little bit, Chris.
You know that. They got championship merit. This is Lamar Jackson. He's going to make some plays. Isaiah Likely, hold that thing. He loved it. Likely loved it.
Jackson's first touchdown pass since Week 10, by the way. That was at Minnesota. And then Kevin is still sick about this defensive play by the Ravens.
Well, what defense? They didn't play it here. That's the problem. I mean, they didn't cover Freiermuth either, and then, of course, didn't cover Jalen Warren. And Aaron Rodgers is like, yes, that's awesome for my quarterback rating. We look great.
Yeah, 284 passing yards on this one. And then Jackson looking to Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds. Just not a sharp football team here, right? Rashad Bateman, we expect him to catch this pass, doesn't come through. And then the Baltimore Ravens have to settle for a field goal.
Yeah, so they trail 27-19. Steelers of 5. And Rodgers here, maybe the one bad play of the game, is intercepted, it looks like, by Teddy Buchanan.
Well, I don't know. You guys tell me. That was a completed catch? I mean, that didn't look like it to me. You're telling me he just got control there? I mean, I don't know. Negative Ghost Rider. I'm throwing the challenge flag on that one.
Yeah, okay. The call on the field is ultimately reversed.
Yeah, I'm with you, John. It seems like Crazyville.
Okay, well, let's keep Crazyville going.
Oh, we got more.
That's a tough break. Here's another tough break for the Ravens.
Well, Jason Garrett, he almost threw up twice watching this because he's been someone that's faltered with this.
Yeah, flashbacks?
Flashbacks. Des Bryant, he caught the ball 2 feet, extended the ball away from the defender. They call it no catch. I think it was a catch, but I'm not a referee.
Yeah, overturned, ruled incomplete on that one. Okay, one last chance for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
Can't take the sack here. That's it. But Pittsburgh's defense clutch, and Lamar's got to throw that one up for somebody.
And Mike Tomlin, all he has is love for his haters here. Just going to kiss one off to the camera. And Cam Hayward spent some FaceTime with Chris.
What was the key to today for you and beating the Ravens and containing Lamar and company?
I think late it was holding them to field goals.
Right.
Getting off the field when we did. I love the resolve of our secondary, our linebackers, our defensive line. We all really preached about if they get down here, most are getting is 3.
How about Rodgers, right? Like, I know you're on the defense, but you're hearing Rodgers talk about guys not missing signals and meetings and things like that too. What's your kind of thought about that side of the ball as a defender and a leader of the defense?
As crazy as it is, I love it. If he's got to talk to guys and hold them accountable, I'm for it. I love that we can have open dialogue, whether it's in the media or outside of the media, but nobody's taking offense to it. And we're all just trying to get better for the group.
What does it mean to get a win like this after the week that you guys have had and the week that kind of Mike Tomlin has had too?
Means maybe you guys will shut the hell up for a week.
He's obviously not talking to us. We're going to keep on talking a little bit. Listen, the Steelers took a 1-game lead over Baltimore in the AFC North. They're the only team with a winning record in their division. With all that said, though, the Ravens still control their path, Jason, and they also get Pittsburgh in Week 18. Who are you taking in the division?
Baltimore. I'm taking Baltimore. It's a harder run for them these last 4 games, but we saw glimpses of Lamar's movement today. They rushed for 200 yards against that Pittsburgh defense. And when they got down in there close, Hayward said it, they couldn't get the ball in, and they really got screwed at the end of the game with 3 different calls. So they're in position to win this game. It's a tough stretch. I think they can do it.
I'm not going to, recency bias. I know they won today, but, man, they have looked really bad for about the last 5 or 6 weeks. I'm still going to go with Baltimore, too. The schedule's tougher, like you said, but I just trust them more.
I just think right now Pittsburgh can find a way to win nasty games. I look at that home game against Miami. Miami coming to Pittsburgh. It's cold. I think they eke out a few more wins and edge out Baltimore.
Yeah, it's like choose your number 8, which one's going to be great down the stretch, and we'll get to see them play each other again in Week 18. Patrick Mahomes taking the field. It is a must-win for the Chiefs, and they got to go against a stingy Texans defense.
Everything you got. Let's go! And I'm looking and exploding all the scene. I got potential. He slices into the end zone. I'm in time just when I want. Throws deep. And it's a matter of time, and I'm gonna into the end zone. Go, man!
Mahomes mattress down.
They're having some fun right now.
This is Football Night in America.
It feels good to earn your Sunday.
You've earned your Sunday with Lowe's.
The house is going wild.
Joined now by Steve Kornacki, and let's get into the playoff implications of some division games that we watched this week. And let's start in the NFC North, and the Packers getting a big win, Steve.
Huge for the Packers. 4 straight wins. They go ahead of Chicago in the division, and now just a half a game behind the Rams in Seattle for that #1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it was the Steelers walking away with the victory on the road against the Ravens. What does it mean?
Well, the Ravens are going to get another shot at the Steelers Week 18, but between now and then, they got to play the Patriots, and they got to go to Lambeau. Tough schedule for Baltimore.
Yeah, and then the Jaguars doing what they do when the Colts come to town. They get a victory.
In the AFC South now, it's the Jags in the driver's seat. But keep in mind, the team we're going to see tonight, Houston, if they win, they got a 25% shot in this division, too.
Colts haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014. How about that? All right, we'll have an update on Daniel Jones. Also, we saw him leave this game with an Achilles injury. Mike Florio will have that soon. But first, tonight's Skycam coverage is delivered by Walmart Express Delivery. Gifts delivered in as fast as an hour. Let's send it back down there on the field with Jack, Tony, and Rodney.
Yeah, hey, Maria, we were talking about the Texans in this #1 defense, giving up the fewest yards, giving up the fewest points. It's hard to argue with that fact. D'Amico Ryans, if you are him, what is your approach tonight, Rod?
I got the best secondary in the league. I'm going to play a lot more man-to-man coverage. I'm going to take away the quick passing game of Mahomes, force him to throw the ball down the field, and I'm going to take my best player, Will Anderson. I'm going to put him over the center, and 5- and 6-man pressure. I'm coming after Mahomes, Coach.
No, don't put Will Anderson anywhere. Leave him on the outside. These 2 tackles are banged up. Get after him just like you have in the past. This group can rush the passer. They can come from the outside and keep him squeezed in. This is what we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, but if you're Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, you have to run the football. Bring in your big package, 2-3 tight end packages, and run the football. It's cold. These guys are dome teams like your teams used to be, Coach.
That's what you should do, but Andy Reid's got this one problem. In the big games, he wants his best player to have the ball, and that's Patrick Mahomes. I think we're going to see Patrick with the RPO game get rid of it quick. The thing that you said is so true. Cover those guys tight, expect the ball to come out fast.
I got to run the ball if I'm Andy Reid.
Forget it. He's not running.
Come on, Andy.
We'll find out, and that was the State Farm Player Spotlight. Let's get over to Steve Spagnuolo. He is known for creating the perfect high-pressure game plan. So, Rod, how will he attack tonight?
Well, he can't depend on his front 4. He has to bring pressure, those linebackers. But also, I would say a message to my defensive backs. You have to create 2 turnovers, so disguise is imperative. And guys back there, they're interchangeable. The nickel goes to the corner can go to safety. But, yeah, Coach, a lot of pressure on those guys.
He's got to bring pressure that C.J. Stroud doesn't expect, do it from different angles. I think we're going to see a ton of blitzes tonight.
I've been sensing a little difference of opinion between you two today. Who wins this game tonight and why, Rod?
Well, despite just all the bad football, the penalties, the mistakes, everything that the Chiefs have gone through, I believe in this team tonight. I believe they can come together and win one game. They have a lot of experience. These guys have won a lot of games together and won a lot of championships together. I think they can get it done, Coach.
All that's true, but in the 2 championship Super Bowls they didn't win, what happened? They got dominated up front. They couldn't block the other team's defensive line. I think that's what's going to happen tonight. I look for those Houston defenders to have a big night.
It's true, and remember, in the AFC as well, with Indy losing Daniel Jones' injury, it could open some things up, could open a spot.
Whoever wins this game is getting in the playoffs. Mark my word.
You heard it there. Back into you, Maria.
I'm taking notes, Coach. I'm writing it all down. All right, the Seahawks entering the day tied with the Rams for first place in the NFC West. They got to go to the Southeast. Not always easy for teams, and they started out slow, and then this happened.
Yeah, this game was tied 6-6 at halftime. Rashid Shaheed goes 100 yards. This was the play of the game. This is what turned the whole thing around.
Yeah, his first touchdown as a Seahawk. Shaheed was acquired from the Saints just last month, maybe the biggest play he's had so far. And a great little celebration dance on the end. Then it's time for Jackson Smith and Jigba, the NFL leader in receiving yards, to get involved.
Yeah, they got rolling on offense. Darnold to JSN, put the ball right on his front number. The run after catch by JSN, awfully good.
How about this? Seattle scores 31 points in the second half, Coach. So Sam Darnold not done yet.
Yeah, the play action and then the movement off of this. Get out in space, find Cooper Kupp. He knows what to do with it. They got rolling in the second half on offense.
Atlanta eliminated from playoff contention. The Seahawks win their 3rd straight to improve to 10-3. They've won 7 of their last 8. All right, let's get into the Rams taking on the Cardinals. Sean McVay traveling separately from the team this week due to an illness. Rams looking to bounce back from their loss, and they looked great.
Yeah, that illness did not affect the players on the field. Puka Nacua, 2 touchdowns, but the running game of the Rams, the 2 running backs, big days.
Yeah, end of the third quarter, Rams up 21 and still pouring it on.
Hey, believe it or not, this game was 10-10 at one point, and then Puka Nacua and the Rams offense just way too much.
Yeah, what did Stafford call Puka Nacua? A war daddy?
A war daddy.
A war daddy. All right, we're going to go to war. NFC North. Let's go. Bears and the Packers. Second quarter, we've got no score. Jordan Love is going to be the first one on the board.
Yeah, you're going to see it. The Bears blitz. This is a theme of the highlight. One-on-one downfield. Christian Watson. Nobody on the Bears can cover him one-on-one. 7-0 Green Bay.
It's a big day for Watson, too, by the way. This time, Love looking for Bo Melton.
Yeah, well, they don't blitz this time. You see he's got all day. And Bo Melton from Rutgers, Devin McCourty's school. Big touchdown right there. And Love was surgical, and the pass game was rolling for Green Bay.
Okay, so the Bears have to answer some questions in the second half, and they do.
They do. Caleb Williams made a lot of plays. They ran the ball really well. Look at this play by Olametis Zacchaeus, there. What a great catch. What a great throw by Caleb Williams. And we got a ball game here in the second half.
Yeah, we do. Got the 2-point conversion. Next drive, though, Love. I said he had a big day. Back to Christian Watson.
Yeah, now we get the blitz again. Quick pass, slant. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson not going to run with Christian Watson. The Packers were feeling good today. Jaden Reed's back, but the Bears, they're tough. We've seen this all year long. They got answers, little play-action pass. Colston Loveland wide open, and man, we're having fun up in Lambeau right now.
Yeah, we're knotted up at 21 at this time. The Packers have an answer, though, with Josh Jacobs.
That's right, and they got a run game, and we know he's tough in between the tackles. They stay patient with it. They answer right back, go up 7. Yeah, and my man right there, Mini Michael Parsons, is happy.
He's hollering. 4th and 1, though, Jason. Last chance right here for the Bears.
Yeah, and I just go, I don't know if I agree with this decision. I think he could have ran, maybe had DJ Moore. He takes a shot. They lose the game. Way to go, Keshawn Nixon on the interception.
All right, let's go back to that Packers offense and what we saw from Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love. How did they pull off this win against the Bears, Jason and Chris?
Well, the one thing we see with Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, when you play man-to-man, they're not scared to attack and take their shots down the field. And I think that's what we saw a lot today from Jordan Love and what the Green Bay Packers did to attack the Bears. The Bears crowd the line of scrimmage. They worry about the run game. There's a blitz, and boom, he gets it out of his hands quick and gets a completion.
What I loved about it, Simsy, when they heated him up, he had different answers. He got it out quickly, had run after catch. When he had opportunity to throw it down the field, he finds Watson. This is a slant. So when they attack you and you can answer different ways, like Jordan Love did the entire game, you're going to have a lot of success. That was the difference.
That was. Is Green Bay getting hot? I mean, this is 2 games in a row. We're seeing Jordan Love carve up defenses for big plays.
Yeah, Love against the blitz, 8 for 11, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 0 sacks. So he had the answer. Now I got questions for the Bears defense that we know gets takeaways. What did you see in this game?
Yeah, that's the key for their defense. You have to get those takeaways, and they got one early, but Jordan Love, smart with the ball. My thing is for Caleb Williams on the other side, made some fantastic plays. Sims talked about it, but in the fourth quarter, some of the easier plays he could have made, he tried to make the fantastic play. Sometimes just run or find a crosser. Happened 2 times in the fourth quarter.
You know, it's crazy. We put this graphic up here because guess what? The Bears started the day as the 1 seed in the NFC, and now they're the 7 seed. That's the difference 1 week can make with a lot of playoff implications on the line, and we're just at week 14. We got plenty still to come up for you. Patrick Mahomes getting ready for a cold game in Arrowhead against the Texans. He's already said, listen, we got to win every game to keep our playoff hopes alive, and he's got to do it against the league's #1 scoring and total defense. We're going to hear from Will Anderson Jr. coming up next. And guess what? We got a snow game, a snow globe game at that, a showdown in Buffalo that we got to get the highlights to.
Welcome to the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff.
It's a hungry Houston Texans defense that comes into Arrowhead, and Will Anderson Jr. is one of 2 Texans with at least 10 sacks this season. And this week, Devin sat down with the former Defensive Rookie of the Year.
This team, I love them, man. I don't have no brother, so like every day I step out here, I get to be a little brother and actually terrorize these guys.
You can kind of see you're smiling, energetic. Where does that personality come from?
I would probably just say my family, man. We were really raised on just being joyful. We were all athletes, too, so it was time to play and time to be serious.
Where do you rank as an athlete in the family?
Oh, I'm number 1.
You number 1?
I'm number 1. They know. I'm number 1.
You got have 5 older sisters. How did they mold you into the person you are today?
My sisters were rough. Like, you hear sisters, you think of fairy tales and dolls and stuff. Like, no, I got so many bruises on my body, everything. Like,
no tea time or anything?
No. We were outside playing one-on-one basketball, getting pushed on the curve, man. But I took little things from what they're about.
The Terminator! You can see in your game all of those things come to life. They had you start football to kind of get you away.
Yeah.
Is that true?
It's very much true. I tell people all the time I sucked when I first started playing. I was out there in the grass. My coach was like, Will, what you doing? I'm out there just picking flowers, man, rolling around in the grass.
Your sisters ever criticize your game now?
So we got a text message, family group chat. In college, I think that's the worst stage. They used to be like, man, you look slow. Like, I don't know what you ate. I don't know what you did this week, but you didn't look as fast as you normally do. Or you was getting slung around out there. Like,
dang.
But it's gotten better now, so I think I'm upping my game.
You like, I must be a good player now. There was a high school story where a coach called you soft.
Yeah, and honestly, like, out of my whole career of just being an athlete, I think that moment molded me into the man I am today and molded me into the athlete I am today. He came from South Georgia. You know anything about South Georgia football? It's way different than the brand of football we played where I'm from. And I'll never forget, we was in the weight room. We had the racks from strongest to weakest. And I was like, I'm strong. So I remember I couldn't lift the weight. And he was like, man, you weak. You don't need to be down here. And I remember I just bust out crying in front of like my teammates like that. And I don't know, like something sparked in me that day. And it just changed my whole trajectory of football and my mentality and my mindset. And I just flipped the switch.
One of the things you can tell, Will Anderson Jr., he's the heartbeat of that team. Walking around at practice, general manager, head coach, PR staff, they're like, Will's awesome. We love Will. So you can tell he's what keeps that team running.
You know, it's great when he's the cornerstone of the best scoring and total defense, Jason. But if you're the Chiefs, I mean, what are the answers that you're supposed to have on the field?
This is a real issue for the Chiefs. They have 3 offensive linemen out going against the most elite pass rushing team in the NFL. The thing that helps them, though, the game is in Kansas City. On the grass, it's going to be cold. And the other thing is they have number 15, Patrick Mahomes. He will run the ball, and he'll make some plays down the field on scrambles. That's going to be the difference for the Chiefs.
Use the hard count. He's got to use that. I have a man crush on this Texans defense. I think they're a Super Bowl defense. But Mahomes, it's going to be quick throws with the occasional let's keep a guy in to block and take a shot down the field. I think that's how they're going to have to move it tonight.
Yeah, and the Texans have a lot of injuries in the secondary, so they have to do a good job communicating. It's going to be crossing routes, different patterns like that that the Chiefs love.
And if you're a defense making Chris crush on you, you're doing something right. You're doing something right. All right, we got to talk about the Colts in Jacksonville. It is a place where they have lost 9 straight games. And guess what? When they went to Jacksonville this time, first place in the NFC South is on the line. So let's get into it. The Colts rolling in to Jacksonville again. Got to be a little bit nervous. 9 straight losses. That's a tough one to eat. Tough. Okay, to the first quarter we go. Great plays by BTJ.
Yes, Brian Thomas Jr., who hasn't had his best year, maybe better last year, but this was phenomenal. And this offense for Jacksonville was hitting on all cylinders from the get-go. That throw was nice, too, by Trevor Lawrence.
Come on, one-handed catch, and then 2 plays later, compromising.
2 plays later, Jacoby Myers, little pick play, little rail route up the sideline and on the money, and they kind of moved the ball consistently throughout the day, Jacksonville's offense.
But this is an unfortunate play for the Colts quarterback, Daniel Jones. Remember, he was already playing with a fracture in his left leg when he entered the game. He was ruled out with a right Achilles injury. It's a non-contact injury, so Riley Leonard, the rookie out of Notre Dame, takes over.
Right, Riley Leonard's in. Now you okay, let's give Jonathan Taylor the ball. Let's run. And he tries to do a little too much, reaching out for a first down, trying to jumpstart the offense. It's a strip, it's a fumble, and Jacksonville's offense is back in business.
The Colts would have 3 turnovers on the day, but the very next play, it's Travis Etienne.
They ran the ball well. Jacksonville's offense has really got it going. Run game, pass game, and Liam Cohn has rewired Trevor Lawrence as a quarterback to the NFL.
All right, it's 4th and 1, and the Colts got to go for it.
Yeah, they got to go for it here, and Jacksonville was ready. Just like I said with Jacksonville's offense, Jacksonville's defense has been phenomenal the last 5 to 6 weeks and really playing playoff caliber football there. And then here we go again. Trevor Lawrence, sometimes when he does this, we go, oh no, what's going to happen? But lately, it's been on the money. Touchdown there to Tim Patrick, and they never look back in this one.
Yeah, Jacksonville gets their 4th straight win, and Liam Cohen, their first-year head coach, celebrating with his squad in the locker room. Check him out.
Oh, yeah. He's feeling good now because he's starting to go, wait, my offense looks the way I want it to look. My quarterback's playing awesome.
I didn't know his face could get that red. That's great to see him red with happiness. Yeah. All right, let's get into Mike Florio for our PFT update, brought to you by Capital One. Mike, what's the latest on Daniel Jones?
Yeah, Maria, bad news for the Colts and for Daniel Jones. I'm told he suffered a torn right Achilles tendon in today's game. And then the question becomes, what about Anthony Richardson? The 4th overall pick in 2023, had been the starter last year. Well, he's on injured reserve, and he's been there since suffering an injury in the locker room, a freak accident, a fractured orbital bone. The Colts don't know when or if he will be cleared at any point this season. So, Maria, as you mentioned, Riley Leonard came in. He was actually backed up by rookie tight end Tyler Warren. They've got Brett Rippon on the practice squad. They're going to have to make some moves on the roster to replace Daniel Jones.
Yeah, Tyler Warren can do anything. I don't know about play quarterback, though. Guys, we had a good one in Orchard Park. Bengals on the road taking on the Bills. Bills looking to build off that win in Pittsburgh. No shirt needed for this one if you're a Bills fan.
That's nice.
Yeah, but I like that. A little Bengals outfit. Okay, the Bengals up 7-3, and Joe Burrow doing what he usually does, finds T. Higgins.
This is what he does. There's no place to throw this ball. He goes back shoulder to T. Higgins, who plucks it out of the sky. They were rolling early.
Remember, Higgins missed last week with a concussion, so to see him coming out the gates playing like this, huge win for the Bengals. And then on the next drive, Burrow again finding Chase Brown.
Yeah, Allen answered, but here's Burrow again on the move. Wasn't Burrow out with a toe injury? He's just running around making plays like it's nothing.
Yeah, Bengals scored a touchdown on each of their first 3 drives, so they were up by 10 at the half. It's all smiles for Bengals fans. But then here comes Superman. He wears a blue cape, though.
Yeah, Josh was not going away. Not a lot of production from the outside receivers, but a lot of production from the tight ends, finding Kincaid for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's a 5-yard touchdown. Kincaid, team high, 5th touchdown catch on the season. And then the Bills looking to take the lead here. James Cook, fumble.
Looks like they're in business. James Cook, 4 fumbles in the last 2 games. He changed how he ran a little bit after this, worrying about protecting the ball.
Yeah, it's a 2nd straight week losing a fumble. And then guess what? Joe Burrow and the Bengals look to capitalize.
Burrow laughed at the snow all day long. He found Higgins early. This time he's climbing the pocket, keeps the eyes up, and finds Gesicki for another touch.
That's Burrow's 3rd touchdown of the day, by the way. Now, the next 4 minutes and 30 seconds is pretty much all about the Bills.
Yeah, if you like quarterback play, being in Buffalo was a place to be. Josh Allen, look at the wheels taking off. The guy, I mean, you said it, he's Superman.
40-yard touchdown, breaks his own franchise record for the longest touchdown run by a quarterback. And then Burrow looking to fire, intercepted.
I could not believe this play. Corner blitz by Benford, and Burrow just simply throws the ball to him. He never makes a play like this.
2nd straight touchdown, by the way, for Benford. Yeah, no big deal. That's what y'all do on defense, right?
Yeah, I mean, you try to throw the ball over our head. Quarterback's the best athletes on the field.
Okay, here we go. Next play, Burrow's pass is tipped.
These 2 sequences of plays, right there, Jordan Phillips tips it up. Epinesa gets the interception. And just like that, the Bengals' chances are slipping away.
I know, and let's go to a 4th down with the Bills right now up 4.
I love the call. You move Josh in these situations. He's going to move out, and boom, one more time. He finds Haas in the back of the end zone. Nobody, look at this guy. We're throwing snow angels up there in Buffalo. McDermott's awfully happy. Big win for the Bills.
2nd, 4th quarter comeback this season when trailing by double digits. Josh Allen for the first time getting a win against a Joe Burrow-led Bengals team. You're taking a look at the numbers here. The difference ended up being Joe Burrow's 2 4th-quarter interceptions. It's time now for the All-State Good Hands moments. Chris, Josh Allen definitely stood out today in the snow.
Yes, he did. I mean, you guys said it, Superman. Yeah, he was Superman in the snow all day long. We're watching the modern-day John Elway right now. That's who Josh Allen is. There's nothing he can't do. Look at this. It's 14-3. It's 4th and 4. It's already desperation mode for Buffalo. They're in trouble. They're not, oh, no, our defense isn't playing as good. What are we going to do? Well, Superman will buy 8 seconds, basically, and throw a laser for a touchdown. Here's another 4th and goal. You just saw it a few minutes ago. Nobody open. Oh, the pass rush isn't very good. Let's stay in our lanes. He's patient. Boom, touchdown. 3rd and 15. Every gotta-have-it moment, Superman made the play. He's the greatest one-man show in the sport right now. He's a modern-day John Elway, and he is the force that drives the Buffalo Bills.
Hey, listen, all the praise goes to Josh Allen. The heroics, we are used to him now at this point, but is it sustainable as we move on towards the end of this season?
This guy's my favorite quarterback to watch, but it is not sustainable against the more balanced teams, the teams that are going to stay disciplined, the teams that are not going to turn the ball over, it's going to be hard to win that way. Josh Allen is incredible, but we've seen too many times in the postseason when he's asked to do too much.
I feel like this is going back about a year and a half when he was absolutely doing everything. At the end of a ball game, some bad things would happen. It would say, oh, Josh, he couldn't come through. But when you're making these plays all game long, it's just too much. They need some production outside. The defense needs to start stopping people a little bit more, but he is a joy to watch, isn't he?
And by the way, that's Josh Allen's 11th straight win in November or December at home in Orchard Park. So that's when you don't want to see him. Let's take a look at the AFC standings. Right now, Buffalo's sitting at 9-4. They're in 5th. We have a game-and-a-half lead over Houston. So let's bring back in Steve Kornacki ahead of our game tonight. And Steve, what does that mean for our game?
Yeah, let's talk about stakes, Maria. So if the Texans get the win tonight, they will move into that top 7, and our model gives them then a 92% chance of staying there and making the playoffs. If the Chiefs win tonight, they're up to 61% to make the playoffs, and that would go up further to 66 if the Chargers lose tomorrow night, Monday night, against the Eagles. Now, the flip side, if the Texans lose, they still have a slightly better than even chance of making the playoffs. Why? They're going to play the Colts. They're going to play the Chargers, teams they're trying to catch in that situation to make the playoffs. A future still in front of them potentially for the Texans. But the Chiefs, with a loss, can you believe it? It would be December. They'd have just a 16% chance of making the playoffs. They haven't had a situation like that since 2014, last time they missed them.
Certainly rare to hear that for sure. It's time now for Barry's Bet, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Now, Matthew?
Maria, DraftKings is now live in Missouri, so while I'm here in Kansas City, I'm going to bet the over on 22.5 rushing yards for Patrick Mahomes. Listen, he's had at least 28 rushing yards in 6 of his past 8 games, and as I mentioned earlier, I expect him to use his legs often to avoid that Texans pass rush. So the over on Mahomes rushing yards is my Barry's Bet for tonight.
DraftKings Sportsbook is the place to bet touchdowns, and new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app and use promo code SNF when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
It's the first Sunday night in December from Arrowhead, and we've got the Texans riding a 4-game winning streak on the road, taking on the Chiefs. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games, but that battle coming as your nightcap. Before we get to that, it's time for Sunday Fun Day, brought to you by Taco Bell, starting with a snowy comeback for the Bills in Buffalo.
Burrow screens it out to the right.
And it's intercepted. Christian Bedford with a go-ahead touchdown. The Bills are going to get the best of Joe Burrow. It's snow angel time for Buffalo.
It already has been quite the fun day. Patrick Mahomes hoping to get a victory. He's 5-1 against Houston. If Kansas City loses, they can't win the AFC West. Remember, they've won 9 straight division titles. Got to take on C.J. Stroud, returned last week after missing 3 games with that concussion. I'm going to have to battle against Chris Jones and the defense for the Chiefs. Let's go on the field, presented by Hyundai, and Rodney spoke with Chris Jones a little earlier.
How can you guys use this weather as an advantage too?
This is our norm for us. We're used to playing in this. We're playing at home in front of our crowd, and it's the feel of a playoff game right now. We know what's at stake for us. It's a sign of emphasis on our part, so we're ready to play.
With all the ups and downs of this season, what gives you the confidence that you guys can win tonight?
Listen, man, we're right where we need to be right here. No stress, no pressure. We're 6-6. We control our own destiny, so we're going to go out and we're going to put it on the line and try to seal this win for tonight.
What do you have to do tonight to be a difference maker?
Dominate, baby.
No doubt, man. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you.
All right, good stuff. Tonight's picks are brought to you by Google Pixel. All right, we got a little split. Jason, we heard Chris Jones saying they're right where they need to be. Tell me why the Chiefs can get a win against the Texans at home.
I think they're exactly where they need to be, at home. The fact that it's cold, the fact that they're on grass, they play so much better as a team in Kansas City. They play so much better on defense in Kansas City. Bad matchups against that Houston pass rush, but Mahomes' mobility will be the difference in this game.
Yeah, and I think on the other side of that for for Houston, when you come out there and there's guys missing on the offensive line, you got to dominate as a defense. It was about 50 degrees in Houston when I was out there. They said, we'll take the cold weather. So they think it was cold enough.
Well, guess what? The Chiefs have won 5 straight games at Arrowhead, hoping to make it 6 straight. All right, we're getting you set right now for kickoff. Mike, Chris, and Melissa are going to have the call. We're going to be hanging out, and we'll certainly see you at halftime as the Texans look for a road win against the Chiefs.
This has been the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff. Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo.